What's the Not Your Finest Hour podcast? What is that all? I mean, I've heard stories.
Not Our Finest Hour podcast. One I'll have to check out one of these days when I get a minute to listen to it. I've been told it's not for everyone. I don't know. It's just the general reviews I hear on it, but it has been getting really good reviews.
And I've never personally listened to it, but I have heard it's not for everyone.
I listened to the Not Our Finest Hour podcast. Just great podcast. I've really enjoyed that.
I'm not endorsing anything. From what I said, from what Caleb told me, he said don't endorse anything unless you listen to it first.
I do once in a while listen in, and it's a lot of fun. But I do got to be careful. It is not for everyone.
Caleb Allman is always dropping notes that it's one of the most value-added shows out there.
Of course, through all the Not Our Finest Hour, you guys poking fun at so much different stuff is absolutely killer.
I don't feel any oppression tonight. In fact, I feel very free. The Not Our Finest Hour podcast. Thanks for being here.
I guess it's something to do with my computer, why it won't fill the square.
Fill the square.
Well, my picture is like not fill. It's like
that's the exact thing I wanted for your poem reading picture.
That's it. I think it's the exact same chair.
That's
I think the guy took it right off of this background.
Remove this tile. Minimize. Whatever. I'm ready whenever you guys are.
Yeah, we're good.
Is it recording now?
Oh yeah, it's going.
It never said we were recording.
Oh, it should have sent something to you, but yeah, we're recording.
Oh,
this will all make the podcast for sure.
Oh God. Welcome to the beginning of the Fucked Up podcast. I'm so done with computers. And I'm sure this is all my fault, but I have 2 computers, 2 mice, 2 mouses, fucking wires everywhere. None of it works properly. It's like, doesn't matter what you do. I'm like so fucking done. Probably though, one computer is ancient and one computer is insanely cheap. So probably more than likely this is all my fault. Like most of the predicaments that happened to me.
How much money do we need to make for you to get a new computer?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't ever buy things. Like I don't buy anything, hardly ever.
Except trucks.
Yeah, you bought a truck.
You should have asked them to throw in a laptop with your truck.
Probably. That probably would have worked out. I don't know. I don't like buying things, so I don't buy anything. I had like buying this computer for $100 was like painful.
How do you like that Boost coffee?
It's not Boost, it's Burst protein coffee.
Is it the same? Boost,
No.
Burst, whatever it is.
Burst protein
That's
coffee. I've been drinking it every day in the morning because it gets 20 grams of protein and it tastes pretty good. It's part of my Hardscape keto diet. I drink one of these and then I have a keto friendly protein bar and then I have like 40 grams of protein within half an hour of waking up. And that sets me off on a cascading amount of shit every day. Some days between my house and the yard, I can drink this Burst coffee and eat the keto approved protein bar in peace, but not every day. But some days, but not every day. Some days I can't even get up without it being my life being disrupted. I get up at 4:30 and there's already 6 or 7 text messages that were sent earlier than 4:30 in the morning. And they aren't ones from the night before I ignored. They're text messages that have arrived at my phone between 3 a.m. and 4:30 in the morning. I would say at least 4 days a week, there's 6 or 7 of these text messages.
I don't think anyone sends a good text message before 4:30 in the morning. It's not hey, good morning, Mike. I hope you had a great sleep. We're going to give you an extra $100 for load today.
It's generally like, hey, I forgot about this gravel. Can you help me right in the first thing in the morning? And then sometimes I say yes. And then that leads to those those coming frequently. So,
DK, is that your force field high vis vest right there?
it is. I wore this because this is the current vest I'm wearing from Force Field Canada. I wore the other vest that had a zipper. It was a less traditional vest. It had a zipper and it had a large black part on the front. So Brad taught me when you lean against things, it doesn't get dirty.
Oh,
That's why they're black in the front, which makes sense. I like that vest, but I'm old school, so I like a good old fashioned surveyor's vest with a lot of pockets. So I am enjoying this surveyor's vest, which at triple extra large, it fits, which is good, because a lot of triple extra large stuff is not actually that big, and then it doesn't fit, and then I'm disappointed. But this vest has met all expectations. I'm wearing it today so that I could advertise it since they sent it to me for free. I also wore the headphones that they sent. I was going to make a post about it, but my life has been so sideways for the last 2 weeks. I have neglected to do that. But generally when I get those ear things, which I wear excessively in machines, because if I don't, I get an absolute driving, pounding fucking headache from the high hum of diesel motors. So I wear them all the time. They're usually too small because my head is so fucking big. Because my head is obscurely large for the size of my body. And then my ears are obscurely large because my head is obviously obscurely large. So that my ears usually get crushed by those fucking headphones things. But those ones had a big enough ear hole that my super huge elephant ears fit inside of it. And they also expanded large enough that they weren't pinching my fucking skull. So I'll give like a 10 out of 10 to the Force Field Canada headphones.
are they Bluetooth too?
No, they're just well, they may have those, but they didn't send them to me for free. They absolutely may exist, but they sent me well, I guess they know that it's the base. They sent me the base model. I'm a base model kind of guy. If I'm driving trucks, I don't even listen to the radio.
I think they call that raw dogging it.
Yeah. I don't ever turn the radio on. Just
Yeah,
like to
you're always on the phone anyway.
I like to be alone with my self-hatred. Whenever I'm driving like a dump truck or a bin truck, it's a great time to reflect on self-hatred. So I don't want anything disturbing my self-hatred. Ever.
I got self-love in my truck, driving around with the massaging seats on. That's something else. Like, you feel like you're in it. You're in the lap of luxury when you're driving around. And today was cool enough that I could put the seat heater on and drive around with a hot massage going on while I was visiting job sites, and it was something else. I don't know.
Ever since Chad has become an influencer, he's moved into a new house. He's got a luxury truck. He's moving up in life.
Well, he always had a luxury truck. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's a brand new luxury truck.
Yeah.
Right.
Not a used luxury truck.
It does have a really goofy set of rims on it, though.
Yeah, those
rims are like, I can't believe Ford actually charges people for those rims.
Yeah, I know. I priced another set and a new set of tires, so we'll see about swapping those out. And
did you get approval from Caleb?
Get a what from Caleb?
Approval.
Yeah, he said he likes the luxury truck.
I haven't seen the truck.
I was talking about on the rim. I was talking about on the rim swap.
On just the rim swap. No, I haven't asked him for his permission yet.
You should.
Oh.
Influencer to influencer. You should be asking him for permission to swap out those rims.
Please.
The truck is nice. It looks good. I'm not a Ford person. I generally don't like Ford vehicles. It's a sharp looking truck, except the rims are goofy and small for the size of the truck.
Well, the rims are going, the tires are going, and I'm getting rid of that stupid fucking brown stripe across the bottom.
It's going with the Cornwall approved rap guy who's not rude.
So my week has been a ball of stress so far because the vinyl guy, the rap guy, messaged me on Sunday, and he says, "Hey man, do you still have one of your shops for rent? We're getting kicked out of our place." I said, "Give me a minute." Being a nice guy, I thought about it. I'm like, well, I was going to renovate the office for myself. Maybe I can renovate the office and get him in there as a tenant. So he came by, and there's a boatload of work to do, right? Like I've been dragging my ass on renovating the front shop, but there's like a good $30,000 or $40,000 worth of work to do to get this thing up in usable, rentable condition. And he's like, "We're getting kicked out for end of September. Can you make this work?" I'm like, I think we can make it work. Like I have to put in a garage door, pour a whole new floor, reside the outside, waterproof the roof, insulate the inside, put electricity in it, somehow get water back in the back shop, put a new garage door. And this is my busy time. So I'm doing all this in and amongst $500,000 worth of retaining walls that are going up and another 3 pools we're putting in. It's just, I've had a hell of a week, and it's only Tuesday. All this to say, the wrap guy is wrapping my truck tomorrow.
Nice. So then it'll be all black with weird, goofy brown rims.
Yeah, for a bit. Yeah.
That's when you know you're a baller.
Well, what can I do?
I don't know.
I guess I could leave it the way it is.
You should have told the Ford dealer to fucking get those rims off the fucking truck. I guess you had enough problems already.
Yeah.
At least it was the right length. At
Yeah.
least you didn't have to like
That's
cut
it.
the truck down this one.
cut the. Haven't you been through that before?
What?
You were gonna buy a truck and it was too long or something like that, and they said, "Well, we'll cut it down for you." Shorten
we bought back in the day, Dodge Ram 3500s didn't come cabin chassis. And if you wanted a Dodge Ram 3500 dump truck, you had to buy one, cut the frame in half, extend the frame, extend the drive shaft, and then put a dump body on it.
That sounds awful.
It was awful and
And there are
stupid.
other options out there.
Oh, yeah. This wasn't me who did this. This was the person that I was employed by doing this idiotic stuff. And I was like, why don't we just buy a Ford or a Chevy that already has a frame and because after all that work got done, the first thing that happened was we drove the truck around and we put weight on it. And when we put weight on it, it changed the angle of the drive shaft or whatever from the weight, and it shoved the drive shaft right through the transmission.
Of course it did. And that's already the weak link in a.
So then the truck immediately had to go in for a tranny, which, so this brand new, so you bought a brand new truck, cut it into pieces, got a box put on it. That took months. Then fucking shoved the drive shaft through the tranny. Then that took a month to fix. So after like 6 months, I'm like, man, if we just bought a Ford, we'd be driving this truck and using it. And then they brought out the Dodge Ram cabin chassis in 07, I think. And then we had that. We bought an 07 with a 6.7 with no DEF fluid. And that was a good motor.
So I would have bought a Ram dump truck, but the Ram dealer here doesn't have a lift big enough to put them on.
Yeah, so then you're fucked.
You have to go an hour away to service them.
Yep. That sounds about right.
Yeah. So I'm selling my Ram, the one that we have now, which is apparently worth about $55,000, according to
what year is it?
2019.
Mine's a 2019.
Is it a Laramie?
How many kilometers are on it?
191,000.
Mine has 230.
You're probably still 50 grand, 45, 50 grand.
I don't know. When I went to trade it in, they were like, now I know they never give you the same amount of money, but they were making it out like the truck was worthless. So I said, oh, all right. I'll just keep it. Fuck you and your $100,000 Denali 3500.
Yeah.
That was when the bank called due on all the loans when we moved banks. And so my they were like, you need to pay for this truck out right now, or we're going to repossess it. So my reaction to that was, well, come and get it. I don't really fucking want it. I could care less. No one gives a shit about whether or not you've had vehicles repossessed. No one cares about your credit rating anymore. They will just give you another car. So you know what? I don't really want this one anyways. So come and get it and take it. And cool. Great. That's amazing. I don't care. It makes no difference to me. Like,
that's a liberating feeling.
Well, Kelly cared. So the new bank said, how many payments have you missed on this truck? I said, none, never, ever. We've never missed a payment on anything ever. And they went, oh, well, why would they want to kick you as a client? I said, I don't know, because they're bitter and resentful because their bank is shit. And they went, oh, well, we'll just take over the loan and buy it out and then just keep making the same payment to us since you reliably pay and we're in the business of making money off interest. I said, sure. So that's what we did. I pointed out that to the other bank. Hey guys, don't you make money by lending people money and then them paying it back? Yes. Have we ever missed a payment? No. So why would you want to bounce us as a client? Wouldn't you be like clinging to this? If we have reliably paid you all the money that we've ever owed you, wouldn't you want to keep us as a client? And wouldn't you be like, hey, we've pissed these people off so bad that they're going through absolute hell to get to a new bank? Maybe we could hang on to this loan and use this loan as a pillar of building a new relationship with these people. No, Royal Bank's reaction to that is, fuck these people, call due on the loan and repossess the truck. Sick, Royal Bank. Fuck yeah. Way to go. Blue and gold all the way, bitches.
Do you think someone was having a bad day whenever they called in your loans? Or do you think that's just business?
Well, after we got like fucking after we got cut off by or whatever, all this shit happening at the bank, they've called me like 8 times asking what I thought of their service. Like, what do you think I thought of? First of all, I don't even deal with you. Kelly does. And I fucking hate you. And I don't even deal with you regularly. You're so useless and incompetent. But like, why are you calling me now? Why didn't you try calling me when we were banking with you? It's like it's like their cell phone company. Come back and we'll give you a free iPhone. But you who've been here for 10 years, fuck you, no iPhone for you, bitch. Just be happy we're letting you keep banking here. Only new people get the iPhone, not old people.
Like our government. New Canadians, here, you get all this free shit. Old Canadians, you need to pay more tax.
That is the way of the world, my friend. That is the way of the world.
I got a slip from Ford in the mail concerning my F550 dump truck. And it appears as if Ford lied about how many horsepower the thing has. And they were off by, I don't know, 10 horses or something like that. And so they're offering, no, they were off by 15 horsepowers. So they're offering $100 US credit.
$100?
$100. So
was it $100 US?
$100 US.
Oh, plan the trip to Jamaica.
To the
That's US money.
purchaser.
The conversion, that's freedom money, bro.
Yeah.
Less
Did
than
they send it in
$10
US
per
dollars?
horsepower missed.
So if you have a 7.3,
$10 per horsepower.
if you have a 7.3 diesel or gas engine, the Godzilla engine, and you feel like you've been lied to and duped out of 15 horsepower, you're entitled to 100 free American dollars, freedom dollars.
In the fine print, if you accept that, they accept no other liability. You can't sue them.
Yeah,
Otherwise.
I'm sure it's there.
Is that a class act lawsuit or something like that? Or is that direct from Ford?
This is direct from Ford.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I'd love to know the fine print on that. That's funny.
You can scan that code. I'm sure it'll take you there if you want.
Somebody's gonna claim your $100.
Somebody's gonna claim my $100. Okay.
You think so?
Yeah,
Don't you have more than one of them?
I only have one 7.3 liter gas.
Oh, I didn't even know you had a gas truck.
Yeah, the long truck, the full cab, long box dump truck is gas.
Huh. Why'd you buy it gas?
Because I wanted to see if
I think it was a smart choice, so I'm not being critical of it.
it's a smart choice, but then when your guys ask you for your credit card 3 times a week to fill up the truck, you're like,
It's better. It's better than your guys asking for your credit card 3 times a week to fill it with DEF fluid and tow it off the side of the road because some emissions bullshit is wrong with it.
Knock on wood, our 2018 has never been in the shop for any issues. It blew a fuel filter once, but I think it was an aftermarket fuel filter. But to circle back to last week, the guys are paid to produce and not to drive around in the trucks all day. Right? So our 2018 diesel has 70,000 kilometers on it, maybe. And the gas truck has about the same, but they're not being driven.
How much cheaper was the gas truck to buy? Significantly, probably
$10,000.
Yeah.
So they put about $200 of fuel a week more in it. How many weeks are in a landscape season?
Oh, that depends.
36 maybe.
How desperate are you?
36 weeks in a landscape season? It's not worth the fuel cost to own the gas engine.
You think it's well? Wait till you have to do a repair on that 2018 because that's coming.
No,
wait till you get for the first $20,000 repair for some bullshit that went wrong with the diesel emissions exhaust system, and then you'll be so fucking happy you have a gas truck.
So you're telling me to get rid of this 2018
as fast as possible?
The workhorse of the fleet.
It has the same kilometers as the other one. Why is it a workhorse?
Because it's never complained and it does towing and it's a good truck.
So you're saying the gas one complains? Like it puts
complaints? No, but I complain that they spent so much money on fuel. It just sucks fuel, man. But I don't know. For the most part, all the Fords we've had have been great diesel trucks. Like I didn't have problems with my 2017, this 2018 dump truck. I guess we only had 2, eh? Not even the old ones, but they're on the Cummins. So all been all right.
So are you gonna sell the black truck privately?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Dealer offered me 45. They said my buddy works for a car reseller or whatever. He's like, you probably get 55 for it. And if you try private, maybe 60. So we'll aim high and take anything close to that.
Are you gonna get it detailed?
Yeah. It looks like a pig shit in it right now. My dog is all over the seats and everything. I bought a new crate for the new Ford, and he's gonna go in the crate instead of wandering across the whole truck.
So you're gonna be one of those guys that brings his dog everywhere?
Yep. I have guy for the last 3 weeks or a month.
No, I meant like permanently though. This is your plan, is to drive around with this dog all the time?
No, but half the time. I think. It's good for me. It's good for the dog.
Isn't your other dog's going to be jealous? Don't you have another dog?
Oh, my wife's dog. She's a little Yorkie. I don't know. No, the Yorkie's chill.
Do they get along?
Yeah. Well, yeah. As much as a Yorkie can get along with any other dog. They're yappy and.
I don't think I would ever want to bring a dog to work.
You never want to bring a dog to work?
No. I just feel like it would be distraction.
He'll sleep in the truck the whole time I'm working. I don't leave him in a hot car.
I was going to say that is such a terrible comment.
No,
Immediately, everyone's like, "Where's that Ford with the ugly brown rims? We must smash the windows out of it and save the poor dog that Chad is cooking in there."
No. Like if I'm out of the truck is running, the air conditioning's running for the dog. He sleeps on the floor in the cold.
Good to get those idling hours up on the truck for the dog.
Well, I did it in the Ram. I'm selling the Ram. What does it matter?
Well, it doesn't matter at all. I don't think any of it matters. I'm just making a commentary on your chosen dog dragging around lifestyle.
The dog. Maybe it's not forever, but as a puppy, let's get him out and let's get him to see some stuff while he's young and energetic. And then whenever he's old and tired and bored, then you can say, I used to do all this cool shit whenever I was young, like I did.
That's true. I never thought about it like that. I'm not being critical of things. I just like pointing them out to create like interest on the podcast, that you're becoming that guy who drives around with a dog.
That's fine. Hey, but everybody, when they see me with the dog, they think it's amazing.
Well, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying there's two kinds of people in this world. There's people who drive around with their dogs and there's people who don't. And you have shifted from a non-driving around person with their dog to a driving around person with their dog. And that is a cataclysmic personality shift.
Yeah.
Because people who drive around with their dogs have a certain personality, and there's a certain expectation. When people see a guy with a dog 24/7, they just have an expectation of how you're going to behave. So you need to meet that expectation.
What do you expect a guy with a dog to behave like?
They just have a certain way about them.
Like,
they got a certain.
You want them to be nicer? Are they a
No?
person?
I've never incurred anyone. I've never incurred anyone that I've ever encountered that brings a dog to a job site is usually a fucking dick. And they're trying to soften it by having this dog.
I've brought dogs to estimates before.
That seems like a killer move.
And
unless you're scared of the dog.
I brought my bull terrier to estimates whenever I was starting out. Yeah,
people would like that because they think that you're like fucking related to Don Cherry.
Yeah, everybody, is that a Don Cherry dog? You fucking idiot. No.
I'm gonna try bringing the Akabash Miramar fucking huge white sheepdog to an estimate and see how that goes. My dog's here to corral your livestock when we do this estimate.
I've never had someone give a bad reaction to me bringing the dog with me to an estimate.
You've been a dog guy for a long time then.
I've always wanted dogs, yeah.
No, I don't. I mean that you've been a dog on the job site guy for a long time.
No. So whenever natural design started out years and years ago, I lived at the same yard that I built a house on. I live in a rat shack apartment, and my dog would stay in the apartment all day while I was gone working, I don't know, 7 until 5 or whatever. Then I'd come home, take him to the dog park. We'd have a blast. Rinse, repeat every day. And it's been 12 years where I haven't done that. Like I haven't had a dog that I can do shit with. Right? My dog got old and stuff. We didn't take him. He couldn't go in the car. He was just too big. Too much of a pain in the ass to get him up there. He would shed all over the car. So we'll come full circle with my dog.
Was it agreed upon that your wife would get a dog and you would get a dog?
We agreed that she would get a dog. And then when my dog died in May, whenever we had to put him down, I always knew I would get another dog. I didn't know I'd get it this quick. But one just came up and he's been pretty good. He's sleeping in the crate right beside me.
Nice.
Yeah.
My wife has 2 dogs and a cat. I have 0 dogs.
Wow.
I had 1 dog when I first moved into our own house. I took care of it. It died, and I was like, I'm good. I don't need to have another dog. I had my dog. I walked her every day. I took care of her. I did everything. But now I'm like old and really tired all the time. So I kind of just, I don't know that I have it in me to take care of another dog like that.
Yeah, this will be my last dog, I think. Like, he will grow old alongside me, God willing, and that'll be it after this one. Although I was at my partner's landscape company shop or whatever, and another landscaper pulls in while I had my dog, and he says, "That's a pointing griffin." I said, "Yeah," because I used to have one. We had to put him down. I said, "Okay, cool." He's like, "Let me take a picture of him to show my wife," and he sent a picture to his wife. And then he called me an hour later. He's like, "Can you tell me the name of the breeder that you got him from? My wife wants one now." I said, "No, you're 73 years old. You shouldn't have a puppy." First off, he's landscaping at 73. Like, he is still laying brick at 73 years old.
Props to that guy.
It's wild, but he's only like 5 foot tall, so he doesn't have to bend that far to put the brick down. Maybe that helps, but a 73-year-old man laying brick.
Either desperation or determination.
No, he has a full pension from the city of Cornwall.
Then he is determination. We'll put him in the determination category.
Yeah.
Because if you're 73 years old and you're still laying pavers, you're either very determined or very desperate. There's only 2 categories for a 73-year-old landscaper: determination or desperation. So if he's financially stable and he's in a good place, he's just determined to keep working and doing stuff. We'll put him in the determined category.
I hope I'm not like that.
I will be like that.
At 73 years old?
Oh, I'm not going to. Let's be realistic.
I'm not talking about...
Let's say mid-60s. I'll still be doing stuff. 73, I will be doing nothing. I think we can all know that.
I'm not talking about the landscaper who owns a landscape company at 73 and has people installing for them. This guy is screeding base at 73. Like, putting caps on wall. Like, this is a young man. I don't even want to do it anymore. I'm 37.
Does he work alone?
He's 73. No, he doesn't work alone. He's got a couple of guys.
Yeah. So I had this conversation today with Tyler Hall about there's a subsection of people who just want to build shit. They just get up in the morning, like Kelly's dad. He just gets up in the morning and he wants to build shit. And Tyler's dad was a contractor his whole life. He gets up in the morning, he just wants to build shit. There's this subsection of people that just need to be building shit all the time. And that guy obviously falls into that subsection. For me as a person, I don't need to build shit. I could care less if I never built anything again. I like being in the construction game. I think that it's a really unique subsection of the population, people who are doing construction. And then landscaping is an even more unique subsection than general construction of personalities and people. And I think that obviously that obviously fascinates me to some kind of degree, but I don't have, like, there's people with an internal drive to just endlessly build things. I'm going to redo my kitchen. I'm going to redo my bathroom. I'm going to build a deck at my house. I'm going to cut my grass. I don't want to do any of that stuff. I'm going to wash my truck. I'm going to armor all the tires. I'm going to, like, they get up in the morning, they're just doing shit. I'm just not that guy.
I'm not that guy. I am not that guy.
In general, I just get up and I'm like, man, I'm tired. Just really tired. Pretty tired. I think I used to do shit in the past before I got tired. But I think I've been tired since 87. Like, before 87, I used to do shit. But now it's like, since 87, I think I've just been tired.
What happened in 87?
I don't know. I just always used to say that to everybody. 87, I think that's the year I started landscaping. I don't know. Like, I just used to always say, back in 87. Back in 87. You guys probably weren't even born.
Yep, I was 1.
How old were you, Mike?
I was -3.
Oh, you were born in 1990?
Yeah.
Wow. Holy fuck. You don't even remember the Blue Jays winning the fucking World Series.
I don't.
I went to the parade and people climbed on cars and we drove up. You guys weren't even fucking, or you were like a year old.
Apparently the Raptors was pretty intense when they won.
I didn't go to that. I hate basketball.
I went to the parade. It was awesome.
I'm just not a basketball guy. I don't understand it. I can't get into it. I don't know. To be honest, I don't really watch any sports anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I haven't watched any sports in like 3 years, probably.
Yeah, neither have I.
I watched the breakdancer in the Olympics.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the sport now.
Oh,
It got deleted from the next Olympics. It was a one-off sport. It did immediately. After that ray gun dance, that was immediately deleted from the Olympics. No breakdancing in 2028 or whenever the next Olympics is. So it was immediately eliminated from that. You know who annoys me? People who don't like follow the rules. We're doing this job, and from the tender, it said you can pave one parking lot one day and one parking lot another day. You cannot do the patchwork in 2 parking lots in one day because they have to keep one parking lot open. And they don't want the public intermingling with pavers, which I feel like is a good idea. Because like 99% of the time you hear someone dying on a job site, it's someone got run over on a paving crew by a truck, or someone was digging a basement by hand and the trench collapsed on them. So they paved the one parking lot and then started pressuring us to get into the other parking lot, and it became like this war. And it was like tense phone calls and everyone was upset. And I'm like, what are we upset about? There's clearly rules. There's Jack scrolling through text messages, shoving them in the paver's face, going, read these text messages. No 2 parking lots. I'm like, why are we here? Like, you people knew about this repetitively. Like, there's emails and tender documents and text messages and fucking Zoom calls. And every one of them said one parking lot one day, one parking lot the other day. But when people get places, they just think they can just do whatever they want. And I'm looking at this dude going, you are fucking up so bad, bro, because I will never call you for another fucking job. I will never fucking call you for another job. Ever. And
you know how much work I do. I'll never call you again.
No, but even if it doesn't matter, like we send a lot of estimates to him for commercial paving work.
Okay.
Like there's a lot, like Jack has, this guy's probably priced $750,000 worth of paving for us this year. And I will never send him another fucking tender.
Wait, this is the first job you give him out of $750,000?
Yeah, it's not that odd.
Yeah.
How many tenders do you send it?
If this is all you're giving him all year, maybe he just doesn't want to price anymore.
No, I don't think it's that bad a ratio.
Well, I don't know how much this job is worth.
What if one parking lot was $500,000 and we didn't get it?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm just saying.
In the landscape scope of things, I price. Probably.
We're not talking driveways here, man.
Okay.
These are like full parking lots, like
full size parking lots,
like $250,000, $300,000 worth of, like, this is not like, I'm not asking this guy to pave a driveway. Like, it's not a residential driveway. This is like huge parking lots.
Yeah, makes sense.
Even this job was well over $50,000 and we did it in 2 days. Like, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. Like, there's probably lots of paving contractors that would want to work with us. We also pay our fucking bills.
That's an important thing.
So, but I'm like, instead of just doing what you were contracted to do and being happy, you had to like cause all kinds of conflict and aggravation in my life. So now I will just call someone else. If you hadn't caused all that conflict and aggravation, we probably could have had a good relationship moving forward. But I'm like, why would you do that? The rules are the rules, man.
Those are the rules.
You can't just change it on a dime. I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking wrong about that.
PK, you don't strike me as the person that's strict to the rules.
No, on a job site, I follow the rules.
Okay.
There's nothing like if you tell me that we have to that we can't go this way around some building and we have to go the other way, I just do it. There's probably a reason. In general, if you fuck something up, then you're doing it the way that someone asks. If someone sends me I don't remember what we did last year. It was some kind of job where there was certain rules that had to be followed in a certain order. I bid it to do it that way. When we won the job, I did it that way. If someone asks you to tender something a certain way and you tender it that way, you should be prepared to do the work in that way.
I'm going to try to do it a faster way first. And then whenever I get told, oh, you remember you're not supposed to do it that way. So, oh, yeah, I forgot. Sorry, I got so much on my mind. And then I'll do it the way I tendered it. Not that I'm trying to like skip out on like a foot of base or something like that or underdig something, but I'll push my luck before. But not with anything that I know if I get caught for, I'll have to redo. If that's the case, I'll do it right. We are packing behind the walls of the job we're doing right now, the retaining wall job, and the compaction man came, compaction tester. He was Indian, but not the tight pants kind of Indian. The other kind of Indian.
Driving a Corolla?
No, he was driving. I don't even know what he was driving.
If he's not driving a Corolla, he's not a real
He was a long-haired Native American and
Aboriginal.
You're not allowed to say
Indigenous.
Native American?
I think it's
Indigenous.
Indigenous.
I think you're allowed to say Native American.
I don't think you are.
I don't think so.
Why? They're native to here. They're native to America.
Are they native?
Yeah, but who named it America? Not them.
Yeah.
You named it America, Whitey.
Well, I didn't. You think I named it?
I'm just saying, like, if you're saying he's like this person is Native American, okay, well, great, but who called it America? Not him. He never woke up one day and was like, I'm Native here and I'm in America. You called it America. And then you just added Native in front of it and justified that he's a Native American. Well, no, he's not. He's Native to whatever they called whatever they were. Get woke, Chad. I'm not offended by what you're saying. I'm just.
I doubt he was either, you know.
Did you do a land acknowledgement before he did the compaction test?
He acknowledged that he had to check the compaction on the job.
No, but did you do a land acknowledgement?
For what land?
His land.
I'm working on?
Yeah.
I am just there to do my job.
Cornwall is out of touch, man.
Did you want to see what's that document? The slave document?
Yeah.
You didn't ask for a copy of that. Nobody's asked me for that on this job. My slave declaration or whatever it's called. I think. Anyway, the guy came to do the compaction test. And
did you point out to him that he's not supposed to be doing this work?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
he would probably say you're not supposed to be on this land. This is native land.
Bordering on offensive podcast.
We're so close. We're so close.
I'm just saying, did you point out to him you're the wrong kind of Indian to be doing compaction testing? Like,
no, I did not. That's worse than calling him Native American.
Indians are from India. What do they call it? Like, I don't know. Is that not okay?
American?
What?
It depends how long they're here. I think if they're second generation, then they're Indian American. Are they not?
Oh,
are they Southeast Asian? Isn't that more of a reference to a generalized area as opposed to a certain country?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think we should just let Chad get to his story.
Okay.
Going down potentially.
So he's like, you're at 110 for compaction. He's like, you got to tone it down a bit. So what do you want me to go back around and dig these spots up a bit? He's like, you got to be at 104. So anyway,
why do you need 104? I thought 98% proctor density was prime compaction.
There's standard proctor and there's something else, right? There's two kinds of.
Yeah, that's Canada. I saw this thing about how fucked up our measurement systems are.
Yeah.
Like, if you go, most places that are using the metric system, they're using the metric system. Like, the metric system is what they use. If you go to the States, they use the imperial system. It's what they use. Here, we use some kind of weird mixture.
We use a mix, yeah.
But we're the only place in the world that uses this weird mixture of measurements.
Yeah. When I put up that wall that I did for nearly free, that replaced the driveway asphalt retaining wall.
Yeah.
He pulls out the plan for his house and he goes, okay, we're 13 off the garage. And I'm like, 1,300 mils? He's like, no, 13 feet. I'm like, but we're in Canada. He goes, yeah, but this is in feet. I said, your site plan should be in metric. He goes, well, it's in feet. I'm like, every other single document I've gotten from any job I've done is in metric. And he showed me, it's like, yeah, it says 13 feet on it. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. How do you have the only site plan in the city that I've ever seen with Imperial?
Because we have a weird mixture in this country.
It's a weird mix. You're right.
We have two languages.
Yeah.
This country's a fucked up place, man.
It's a fucked up place. My Frenchman is a hell of a guy. I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah?
He came out of nowhere. Like, I don't know if they make more of this type of guy or if he's one in a million, but let me tell you, he can do everything, just about. He can do concrete work. He can run machines. He can do everything that I can do. He's not me. He's a French me, but obviously he's an employee, not an owner. I brought him the grease gun last Thursday, and he was so happy to get the grease gun. He started singing to me in French. Well, no, not in French, in English, but with his French accent. Baby, if you give it to me, I give it to you. You know what I want. He takes this grease gun with such joy. I've never had an employee like that. Nobody wants to grease the machine. Mario greased the machine. He's something else. Yeah.
Where did you find him?
He came to me. Well, he came to the retailer looking for a job, and the retailer recommended us, and I hired him. 10 years ago, we're on a job that we did 10 years ago. We had this permacon stone. Did you ever hear of the canvas stone from permacon?
Yeah, I know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like
Squadra, but it's it's in sheets. Yeah, it's in sheets with false joints.
Yeah. So before Squadra was around, they had this canvas stuff, but I wanted to make it in like a circular pattern around this fireplace. So we hammered them. We broke them all up into squares. Right.
Oh, God.
It's not. You just take a chisel. It took an hour, whatever. Right. I had like a summer student banging on pieces, and he broke them all up, and we put them around this fireplace. And he's like, "Wow, I really like what you did with that canvas stone." I'm like, "How do you know what that is?" He goes, "I know. I used all this stuff for 20 years." I'm like, "But I broke it up. Like there was sand in the joint, right? There's no way for you to tell what this was except by seeing a little bit of the top of the paper." I'm like, "You are insane. How you could know that?"
That guy's dedicated. That's the kind of guy you got to keep around.
I'm like, holy shit, what do I got to do?
That's the kind of guy you should give a Dodge Ram fully loaded.
No, he's
keep him around.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, they're all good workers for the most part. But
what happened to his last place of employment?
He worked for himself, but his partner was cutting him out of his own business. Apparently, is the story. I don't ask questions. He's just a good worker. And I think sometimes it's nice to go from an ownership role to a role where you just have to install, like you just leave work at work.
Yeah.
You know, I could do that every once in a while, but not for permanent. So we'll see how long he stays.
Nice.
But
just enjoy. And when he leaves, just remember, don't be sad that it's over. Be happy that it happened.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's Caleb's corner. Don't be sad that it's over. Be happy that it happened. Thanks, Caleb. It was inspiring this week. Inspiring words from Caleb.
Yeah.
We had a new guy start too. And so today was his second day. And he was scraping bricks all day because we're reusing a bunch of pavers on this job we're doing. Like, here's 10 skids of bricks you need to scrape clean.
Ooh.
So a couple of them were working on it steadily, scraping. And then I left. And I guess they had a good day because no one called me to complain about. They dug up a wire. I asked the home, because this house is like it's on the top of a hill in the middle of like 250 acres of land. And it's the only thing. So I said, they're going to dig out the front walkway today. So I said, is there anything in this front walkway? There's an old phone line. Just cut it. Said, okay. Because they've been renovating this house for 3 years now. So this is like and so then immediately, as soon as we start digging and I'm off site, the guys call. Billy, I think this isn't a phone line. There's copper wire in it. I'm like, yeah, I don't think it's a phone line either, Bill. You should probably not touch that. Don't grab them. He's like, what should I do? I'm like, I don't know, man. Go get the homeowner and ask them what it is. Maybe it's some old wire that used to power some outdoor lighting or something. I don't know. It was a tiny wire. And then I never heard about it again. So I assumed no one died and it was okay. I moved on to a different issue or a different problem of the day. So,
we dug one a couple of weeks ago, and I had all the locates and everything, but they weren't like, whenever you do your locates and one call is so shitty that the subdivision's new, and so whenever you get the aerial and you're drawing out the map, it's just a blank fucking field.
Yeah.
And you draw the box in the blank field and you're like, okay, that's good enough. The house number is there. You write it down. Every time it asks for a description, I said, your map sucks. There's a house here now. Locate the house.
Your map sucks.
All the time. There's no reason for it. I mean, they probably get a boatload of money to make this website work. So let's have it work. So people's lives are on the line, I suppose, in some aspect when you're digging.
To be just exactly what there is billboards all over Durham region or Toronto that I've seen, and it's pictures of people planting flowers, and I mean like planting flowers like from the garden center, and it says call before you dig your garden. Like, you know what that billboard's doing? It is flooding the system with bullshit. That sign is bullshit. If you're at your house planting a annual flower in your garden, you do not need motherfucking locates.
Agreed.
But that billboard is making people think that if they're doing anything, like if you're at your house and you go to Home Depot and rent an excavator, or you want to start augering or drilling some holes, or I think there's lots of reasons for a homeowner to call before they dig.
Yeah.
And you could put any of those reasons on the sign, but instead you put a grandmother with a annual like impatient or a marigold. Call before you dig. I'm putting my carrot seeds in the ground. The fuck are you talking about? Now you have like 7,000 people that are putting in carrots, seeds, and fucking lettuce, calling for locates. And that's why it takes forever for people who are actually doing things, homeowners and contractors, takes forever because the city and the government, although the government does way more idiotic things than this, is promoting, like, if you're putting a carrot seed in, you better call for a locate. Anyways.
So I think one call just uses Google Maps as their thing. So it's only as good as Google Maps is for their map. And like there's no other really mapping service that would be that much more updated. So for them to be able to provide a mapping service, they would have to like launch a satellite basically.
So here's my problem with the whole thing. If you're going to use Google, fine, use Google. But whenever I draw my map, my box or whatever, and I'm like an inch out from the property line, and then you won't let me put in the fucking locate because all of a sudden, instead of 15 Goldenrod Avenue, it's 723 Goldenrod Avenue, and you put my fucking locate to the bottom of the stack, and you say, error, we have to report this or whatever, and then it pushes your locate back 3 weeks, and someone calls you to rectify the problem. If you're using Google for all this shit, then don't give me the error. Have someone
just use
call
common
me.
sense.
Yeah, right there, and we'll sort it out.
Yeah, I'm not defending them by any means, but just to
Our system says you don't have the right addressing inputted.
Yeah.
Well, I know where I want to fucking dig. It's not my fault that your map is wrong. What? It's a source of frustration. So we were digging, and I've never been more thankful to see caution buried tape where I saw it. Because only after digging did I realize that the telecom, the orange telecom pipe was spooled up at every open lot, right in line with where I was digging. I'm like, yeah. And the locator didn't locate that, but
shocking.
we're safe, yeah. Yeah. So this is at the house that the finance lady wanted her job done at.
Oh, the financing lady.
She paid me today, by the way.
Oh, it's done.
It only took a month to get my $3,500 or whatever it is. Even less, I think.